Hey, Aaron. Hello. What's up? The here. Happy Saturday night. The drink of choice, Miller Lite. She was out to dinner. Well, I guess. Yeah, it was out to dinner. I went to a new sports bar that opened up recently that I didn't want to go to, and hadn't gotten there. Finally went there tonight, and I go there, and there's a guy that says, $20 cover charge. Because there's a Ben Allen band was there, and luckily this bar has outside seating and a bar that faces to the outside. So I sat at the outside bar. I know this is very interesting for everybody. I sat at the outside bar and had a couple beers and ate my dinner there, which was okay. The only downside was above the bar, they had one of those air curtains. You ever those air curtains that they use? So you can have like a space open to the outside, but it kind of is supposed to keep the air conditioning or heat inside. Well, the way that they have it angled, it felt like I had a freaking tropical storm blowing on me the entire meal. I couldn't have my napkin sitting on the bar. I couldn't have my plastic beer cup sitting on the bar. It would blow away if I did. So it kind of did my enjoyment of it a little bit. I kind of just ate drank my tears and got the hell out of there. So, but it seems great. You know, if I the time when it's not so crowded, it would probably be better. Yeah, that's what all right. So let's say hello to Dale's here. Unicycle Dale. Steve-O dropped in. Steve-O. Wow, another wheel. Yes, it's a new wheel. You see it behind me light on. It's the V13 next to the Sherman S. The difference between the V13 and the Sherman S is I own the Sherman S. V13 is from Wheels. It's one of their demo V13s. They evidently had two of them, I guess. And I sent it to me from Kevin MacLeod, who is the guy that makes slice guards. He packed it up and sent me. Did a very nice job packing in the wheel up. It arrived intact, and it arrived. When fixed, it was going to arrive, which is a miracle because it never happens. But the good time from day one is when it actually arrives. So good FedEx. Ryan is here. Murray, what's up, buddy? From Australia. Leo, let's see proper Sherman S versus V13 comparison. Well, the V13 I did already today. I actually just finished editing video for it. I'm not going to upload it while I'm doing live stream, but I will probably start the upload after the live stream. And I did take the V13 to dumb down some weird. We're going to talk about impressions. Unfortunately, I can't stay. Just I guess Dale, you have some more unvaccinated women to talk to? Probably. Simon's T-shirt arrived. Wow, it's good. It's not too bad. I'm trying to think. The last live stream I had. What was it? Last live stream was January 27th. Okay, so yeah, there's been a lot of stuff related that's happened since January 27th. What you think about that? So I don't think I even had bought the house I'm buying then. Those that are behind the times that don't follow me on social media closely, like everybody should, right? I have bought a new house that is only 2.5 miles from my office, as opposed to 25 miles. Did that, and then I did all kinds of prep to get my house to sell. I got all kinds of shit. I had the outside and the inside painted. As you can see from the house behind me, the office is down. So much stuff has been removed from this house. They went for sale officially on the market early last week. Last week, yeah. And in that week, I had 3 offers in the house. It was awesome. I had like 7 showings, 3 offers, and those offers they competed against each other because before each one was under my asking price. In the end, I accepted an offer that was actually $5,000 above my asking price for the house. So that's It's good, right? That's good. Since that, I've had a home inspector come in for the fire. Had an appraiser come in. There's all sorts of hoops you got to get through. But the good news is everything appears to be going well. If everything goes as well, middle of March, I will close my new house that I'm buying, and then 10 days later, I will close on selling this house. So I'll have like a 10-day period where I can basically move my life from here to there. So yeah, be a little busy. I'm just looking forward, like a month and a half now. I'll be in the place. Hopefully, I'll have things more or less settled and begin the new chapter of my life, because I'm ready to turn the page in more ways than one. Believe me. All right. Dale and Simon are talking. Mike, going to have fun. Mike, sound is breaking up. Really? Okay. Let's see. The mic is good. Test. How's the sound now? Test. I can always switch to another mic. Dale, my microphone is cutting out. Brett's here. Okay. Tony, if mic's still cutting out, it is. I will switch to the mic that's on the camera, I guess. Yes, the mic is coming out. Okay. Well, I can't hear that, but I take your word for it. Larry's here. Choppy. All right. How's the video? Is the video normal? I'm wondering if everything is cutting out or if it's just the audio. Packet loss. Wow. Shouldn't be. I'm doing a quick speed test. Hold on. Stand by. Amazing. I sound good to myself. Very good. Mic stuttering. Okay. All right. I'm going to switch you to my camera mic. Give me a second. Or I could do this. Okay, here I am. Just restart the browser. Tell me if it's any better. Tell me if it's any better. But the browser was messed up there. Actually. Test 1, 2. Nope. Nope. You hear me or nope? Still choppy. Okay. We're going to unplug and replug the mic. Hold a second. Stand by. We're back. We're back again. We're back again. Unplug the mic, and we have restarted the browser again. Tell me if it's any different. Let's see. What else can we exit? I'm exiting anything that could be potentially. No, it's fine. Let's turn off. Okay. Just 1, 2. The camera's blurry. Hello, camera. Right. Now my focus. What F, man? Jeez. Okay. Usually, okay. Now the camera's zoomed in on what the F is going on here, guys. Okay. I don't know. I'm not sure why it's being so problematic. The StreamYard is pretty easy. Can you hear me now? Sounds like a bad cell phone connection. Really? Okay. The only thing I can think of is the camera did a software update, but we're not using the camera for audio, but there could be sort of weirds going on there. Second that. Okay, so we're going to I'm going to camera and tell me if it's any different. Now you just have my voice. Is there any difference whatsoever? This is kind of cool. I get like an audio feedback on my screen when I see this, or when I do something. This podcast mode. Choppy. Choppy. Okay, guys. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reboot my computer. I know this is very professional, but I'm going to reboot it, and it'll take me 2 or 3 minutes, and I will be right back. Okay, we're back. Question is it any different? Hopefully, if not, it's probably a freaking installed earlier. Let's see what about my same. Are you effing kidding me? You effer. How are you the same? Well, damn it. I usually have other options here that I could quickly switch to. Other mice, other things. All right. Shit, I don't know how quickly I can do this, guys. Yeah, shit, I can't do this quickly. No. I cannot do what I'm thinking about quickly. And I don't have all of my resources that I normally have because a lot of stuff is boxes. Let's see. So what if I What if I okay, hold on a second. We are going to try to get creative here. Hold on. That's what I do. I'm a problem solver. I'm still making it, unfortunately. All right. Put the mic just here. What's all doing? Introduce. Okay, bear with me. Okay. Test. Test. How's that? You're on my Rode Wireless Go. Tell me how that is. Is it better? Is it worse? Okay. You're on my Rode Wireless Go. I'm not sure what's going on otherwise, but we'll put that over there. We'll put that on mute. Okay, good. Now we're wireless. Now I can walk and I can go and get beer and you can talk to me. What a great idea this is. I actually never thought about doing it this way. I have my Rode receiver plugged into the mic jack of my computer and I'm wearing my transmitter. So that's what we'll go with. All right, so let me scroll back up here. Lots of people talking about the shitty audio. Yep. I saw someone asking about the chickens. If I'm taking the chickens to the new house, Brett asked that. No, I don't have any chickens anymore. My last one died. Kathy died, I don't know, 5 months ago at this point. And ironically, my chickens, no longer having chickens, sort of like removed the chains that I felt as far as moving. Because that was always like something like right after I split up with Cindy, I had all kinds of issues, and and one of the thoughts I had in my head at the time was I just wanted to like sell the house and just not have all these visual reminders around me. But I had 5 chickens at the time, and I'm like, I don't want to impact the chickens, which that part of me speaks to some other issues. It actually causes other issues in my life where I don't focus on my needs as much as other people's needs or chickens' needs for that matter. But yeah, it restricted me from wanting to do that at that point. Now I don't have that restriction anymore, and that was actually part of the reason that I was okay moving forward with selling the house. Growing old and having fun, I ate the chickens. No, I would never do that. Any chicken that passed away was buried, except for the ones that got taken by coyotes. All right. Blah, blah. Okay, audio. Hold on, I'm still trying to catch up. Growing old and having fun. Saw Marty got beat up by the V13. Well, I can understand why. I mean, it's a lot of wheel. It's a lot of wheel to handle. I was a little tired by the end of my Dunkin' Donuts ride today. Let's see. Growing old and having fun. He was just letting it flop down on the ground. Oh, see, I didn't see that video that's that mountain ride that he did. I saw the thumbnail, but I did not get to see the video. I'll have to check it out. Yeah, I'm debating if I want to take the V13 to the swamp or not, just because it's such a big wheel, man. It would be tiring, but I might do it. Can I use the Rode Wireless Go? Yes, I can, Larry. Thanks for the suggestion. Okay. Wilson, yo, that wheel in the background, I'll take it off your hands now. What's that, the Sherman S or the V13? Which one? Okay. Super clean sound. Yeah, maybe I'll do it this way more often. It's pretty easy to set up, actually. Leo says, what about the shed for the mower? What about it? That's all the outbuildings are staying. I'm actually including the lawnmower in the sale as well, because I'm not going to, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to need a riding mower. Like I'm debating if I would just want to pay a lawn service to mow the grass at the new house, just to totally absolve myself from that part of house maintenance. I don't know. We'll see how much it costs. Really dope. Hi, Duff. What's up? What's up, man? Murray, is your new place closer or further away from Allie? It will be further away because Allie lives north of me and I'm moving towards town, which is further south. So it will be further away from her. Everybody loves the Rode Wireless Go audio. Great. Wilson, V13 range test soon. I will be doing that, but you came in a little bit later, Wilson. I did actually take, and I just finished editing the video before the live stream. I did actually ride to Dunkin' Donuts and back. I'm not uploading it yet because I'm live streaming, but I am going to be uploading that soon. And it was a very interesting ride. The V13 is fast. It is a fast wheel, and it's deceptively fast. You don't realize how fast you're going and how easily you go fast on it. The combination of the weight, 22-inch form factor, and a very strong motor, the thing goes fast. Just to give you a quick teaser, at one point I was cruising down the long straightaway section. It's mostly a straightaway to Dunkin' Donuts, but the long section where there's no traffic lights, I look down and the speedometer says 44 miles an hour. Those of you that are familiar with my riding, 44 miles an hour is the fastest I've ever gone. Just like when I do those quick speed bursts, like on the Sherman S, I have my new top speed, which was like 44 and change. Yeah, I'm only at that speed for like, 5-10 seconds. I was cruising in the 40s on the V13 and not even realizing it. And it was easy. So yeah, it is a freaking fast wheel, man. It is a freaking fast wheel. Sherman S, haha, yes. No, Sherman S, I'll be quite happy to hold on to. Thank you very much. Those of you that might have caught the video that I posted today, I've had a ramp that I bought. And I said in the video that I've had it in a box for 8 to 9 months. Actually, the more I think about it, it's probably been in the box for over a year. Because you might remember, like way back when, a couple of years ago, I did like jumps on a homemade ramp with the S18, where I just had like a 2x6 on some cinder blocks, and it was really shaky and shitty. And I thought to myself, at one point, I'm like, oh wow, I want to get a real ramp so I can like do some new jumps when I get my cool S20. Not knowing that it would be a year later and I still would not have it. So I've had it in the box forever. That box was in the shed. I was in the shed today, cleaning a couple things out, and I saw the box of the ramp. I'm like, shit, I better use this thing. My new house, it doesn't really have a great spot for me to do jumps on EUCs, so I figured I would get it out. I got it out, and I went over it with the S22, with the T4, with the EX20S, and the Sherman S. So that was kind of interesting. I didn't kill myself, so yeah, I guess it went okay. Willie Dope, how do you feel about the V13 suspension? That's one of the things I commented on during the ride today on Dunkin' Donuts ride. I would say that out of all the suspension wheels that I have, now I pumped the suspension to 200 PSI. Kevin, who sent me the wheel, said that's what he had it at. So I have it pumped to 200. It's weird. Like if you're riding and you're just bouncing up and down on it, just kind of, just getting a feel for the suspension, it feels pretty soft. But in practice, when I was hitting obstacles, when I was hitting like sidewalk transitions, it was a little bit jarring, more so than any of my other suspension wheels. So I mean, maybe I need to adjust the return. There's 2 settings on the V13 where you can adjust the return rate, and the rebound, maybe those are not set ideally. All I know is it was not that comfortable from a suspension standpoint. Fast as hell, but no, the suspension did not feel great. But that might just be because I don't either have the pressure wrong, or the rebound is set to be too fast. Because like when the rebound's fast, it's gonna just like pogo you sort of, which I don't like. You know, I want it to be I want it to absorb. I wanted to absorb that impact. I don't want it to just bounce me right back from it. So it kind of feels like that's what it's doing. So I'm going to have to. The thing that's annoying with the adjustments on the suspension is it's just a knob, and from what Marty has said, like there's no détente, like, and there's no indicator of like how far you're going. You know, like with a lot of conventional shocks, you have a little détente, a little click as you go to each setting, and then eventually it stops. If you keep turning the adjustments on the V13 adjuster, you'll eventually turn it out all the way. You'll pull it out. So I don't know. I'll mess with it. I will mess with the suspension. I'll read up on it a little bit, but at least my initial feedback is it did not feel great. Simon says pay a lawn service. Means you don't need a shed full of equipment. That's true. That is true, because I don't have, like here, I have the old chicken coop, and I have 2 sheds to hold stuff, including, you know, lawn tractors and mowers and weed whackers and other garden tools and stuff. That's a good point. At the new house, I have a 2-car garage, but there's no outside storage. I could get some, but it would kind of be counterproductive because I'm kind of in a less is more sort of mode. So I really don't want to have that much stuff anymore. It's kind of part of the goal here. Less is more. George says, George Bourbon, asking new neighbors if they like the landscaper is a good way to find a landscaper. Well, I was going to ask because I'm pretty sure that the people I'm buying the house from, I think they have a landscape service now. And I can either ask their agent or ask them possibly directly if they like who they have and what they charge. And yeah, if they like them and they're reasonable, then if it's not broke, don't fix it. You know, I'll just stick with them. Garrett Taylor, just saying hi quick. Riding with vehicles around me always makes me want to try and keep up. Get a robotic lawn mower installed. I'm familiar with robotic lawn mowers. I don't think the juice would be worth the squeeze. They're not cheap, and they run. You have to put like a little guide wire around the area that the robotic lawnmower stays within. If there's debris on the ground, it can be problematic. It just if I can, for like a couple $100 a month, I can get the lawn mowed and everything taken care of, it's probably worth it for me. Can you fit the Tacoma in the 2-car garage? Well, probably, but I won't, more than likely, because I'll like I used to put my Tacoma in the garage here. It takes up a lot of space, but it does fit. So I would assume it would fit in this other one, but my Tesla needs to go in the garage because that's where I'll be charging it. And I will probably need some of the space in the garage for stuff. I potentially might have my 3D printers in the garage on those benches that I remember I used to have in the hobby room. So yeah, I'm going to have to give some thought to it. It's a 3-bedroom house, but like at my house, I have 3 bedrooms plus the office. I'm in the office right now, so I have this spare room. So I'm going to have to give some careful thought. One of those bedrooms is going to be the office / PEV room / 3D printing room. I don't know. Like I said, I might have to use some of the space in the garage to do that. So I have not figured that out. All right, I kicked this beer, but I need to go pee quick. So, so with my mic on, I don't want you to hear me pee. So let's see, what can we? I know what I can do. I know what I can do. I can let you see the beginning of the Dunkin' Donuts ride. As a live stream viewer, you will get a sneak preview of it. And I know this will be very exciting for you. So, all right, I gotta wait for my thousands of videos. Oh my God, I have 1,069 videos in this one directory on my computer. It's a lot of videos. Do you know that my channel has crossed 6.75 million views total? I have a little real-time counter here. And it currently is housing 1,843 videos. It's kind of ridiculous, isn't it? It's crazy. Growing old and having fun. Yeah, take it off. Yeah, no, I could do that, but I don't want you to sit here and just look at my chair. So I'm going to give you entertainment. Leave the mic on the desk. No, I'll mute the mic. Yeah, because I'm technical. I'm an IT guy, so I'm very technical. But I do appreciate the simple solutions to complicated problems, guys. Thank you. Willie Dope, are you coming to any EUC events this year? I don't know. We'll see. With this new living arrangement, it's going to. All right, let's go.
This is crazy.
It's going to, at least temporarily, it's my monthly expenses are going to inflate greatly. But since I'm selling my house 10 days, I'm closing on the sale of my house 10 days after buying this other one, I'll be okay, but I'm not going to have the kind of a free income, disposable income that I'm accustomed to having. So that being said, maybe that's my answer. Maybe. All right. So I got that set. All right. So we're going to share. We're going to share entire screen left. We're going to share the system audio. And then I'm going to mute myself. And then I'm going to go to the bathroom. All right. So mute.
I just looked down and it said I was doing 43.
Hey, what's up? Duff here. Going out for a ride. Going out for a Dunkin' Donuts ride, a late day Dunkin' Donuts ride, which isn't all that unusual. But what is unusual is what I'm going to be riding for this late day Dunkin' Donuts ride. This will give you a hint. Yes, the V13 demo from eWheels is here. Right there it is, sitting on its side because it doesn't have a really good kickstand. It just came today. It came from New York. Kevin Halderman was the last one that got it. He did a great job packing it up and getting it sent to me. And FedEx, believe it or not, actually delivered the wheel when they said they were going to, which was amazing. So I pulled the wheel out of the box already. I'm not doing an unboxing of it. It's not my wheel, so most unboxings are kind of on the boring side. So I decided to not do that. But I do have the wheel ready to go. Kevin charged the wheel up to almost full, I believe, before sending it to me. So the wheel's ready to go. I'm going to go do my standard 20-mile Dunkin' Donuts ride, and we're going to see how this feels on the wide open road together. Hey, if your garage door is already open, just hit the enter key and it'll close. Full disclosure, this is not the first time I'm stepping on the wheel. I actually did take it out for like 5 minutes just to get the pads where they'll work for me. I had to move them way up from where they were, just because of my strange dimensions, so I have the pads moved way forward, but it seems like they'll be workable for me. I'm going to fire up I don't think Darkness Spot knows what to do with the V13 yet. Let me just double check it, because I have the Darkness Spot does see a V13. Let's try to connect to it. Come on, guys, you didn't hear anything. Get out of here. Did you? I muted my mic. There's no way. Come on. I trust technology. So yeah, that was the start of my Dunkin' Donuts ride video. Growing old and having fun. Go fund me some torque pads for Duff. I'm not a bit. Pads don't work well for me. I don't know why it is. I don't know. They feel like they're they interfere with my legs if I want to go forward. You know, my knee pads are hitting the pads. You know, before I would normally want them to hit the pads, and then I feel like I can't lean back as much. So I don't know, whatever. For some reason, pads just don't work well with me. You see with Lucifer. Oh, we're talking about the garage door. Yours doesn't have an any key? Come on, Nish. Of course it does. Oh, you heard the whoosh. Okay, well, you shouldn't have heard anything, man. The mic was down. What the hell? All right, whatever. Whatever. You see with Lucifer, if Duff wanted pads, he could print them himself. Yes, I could. Yeah, actually, a couple years ago, I actually did that, and I never used them. So it's something to do. Like I've said many times, my legs are very, very long. So okay, figure this is my foot, and this is my long leg, and here's my ankle. Because my leg is so long, when I lean forward, you know, I need so much space in the front to give me the clearance that pads pads that are one piece, at least, they don't have enough space in there for the range of motion with someone with my length legs. Now, if you know, I know that some of the Clark pads, you can cut them in half, or the Grizzlies, for example, they're separate pieces. So that would probably work better. Well, the kind of riding I do, it's not a big deal. I mean, the only time that really pads were kind of missed was today doing the jumping, like jumping the S22 with no pads on it whatsoever. That's not easy. The T4 actually was the easiest to jump because I actually have the full pads in the T4, and I felt pretty locked in the T4. All the other wheels, not so much. Not so much. Willie Dope says I need shark pads. I think I've heard of them, but I can't. I'm going to bring up my browser and see what they look like. I probably have seen them. It sounds familiar. Oh wow, Jimmy Carter's about to receive hospice care. That's too bad. But he is older than dirt at this point. Shark pads from UC Market. Oh wait, isn't that like in Romania or something? I mean, that's the shipping on that would be terrible. Adjustable shark pads. I'm looking at it. Also, it's 3 different pieces. $300? What, dude? Come on. $300? Come on, man. Oof. Plus shipping. I'll here. Those of you that don't know where shark pads are, now you will. $300 for shark pads. That's more than Clark pads. Oh my God. So those look like they're foam. They're not 3D printed, but yeah, that's a lot of dough, dude. Oh my God. Yeah, no thanks. I mean, if I was a trail rider, if I was a jumper, yeah, sure, it would be important. But you know, 95% of my riding is hard surface riding. So yeah, pads help you brake and they help you accelerate, but I don't need to typically do either of those things to a extreme level. This is a new name to the stream. Welcome, Mike D's Fitness Journey. I just use the stock pads that comes with the wheels. Yeah, well, yeah, I do, or I don't use them at all. Like I have the upper pads on my EX20S. Those actually are good. Those actually do not bother me at all. I'm able to move forward and backwards comfortably with the pads that are on the EX20S, but that is a rarity. The S22 pads, nope, not comfortable. Growing old and having fun, you were flying off the pedals. Yes, well, especially the first jump. The first jump on the S22, I almost felt like I was going to come off because my foot was like this. I was like on my toes. But then I kind of adjusted my technique from there on out, and I didn't really have that much of a problem. Murray's pad free. There you go, man. Pad free, the way to be. Really dope. They're not 3D printed. Yeah, I can tell by looking at them that they're not 3D printed. I'm sure they're expensive to make, and I'm sure that they're good. But that's just for someone that really doesn't have a crushing need for pads. $300 for them it's too much. For me, for some people, it's fine. I mean, I got the pedals that are on the Sherman S that I got from eRides in the UK with shipping. Those were almost $300. Yeah, they were almost $300 with shipping. So those were very expensive. Although good pedals, I think have more advantage for me than pads. So EUC with Lucifer agrees that $300 is a lot of money. Yep. Wilson asks, am I going to go street tire on the Sherman or staying with a knobby? I have the street tire for the Sherman S out in the shed, actually. Jason sent that to me with the wheel. That being said, I like the knobby. I like the way the knobby sounds. I always have liked the way that the knobby sounds on a Sherman. And it's feels good. It feels very progressive. It feels easy to turn. Feels very I don't know, agile. I don't have any complaints about the knobby. So it's going to be hard for me to rationalize why I will want to go through the frustration of putting the street tire on if I'm perfectly happy with a knobby. So that being said, I will probably stay with a knobby for the immediate future. Hell, I still haven't been able to find the time and motivation to do the work on the T4. I have a brand new T4 motor with a kickstand and the other parts that were sent from Alien Rise. I haven't done it. I probably need to be able to set aside 2 hours maybe to do it. But I haven't done it. I have a 3-day weekend. I really should force myself to do it this weekend, right? I should, because things are only going to get busier from here on out. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do it. I don't know. Willie Dope agrees that they're expensive, the shark pads, but all pads are too expensive. They are pretty expensive. Yeah. Oh, growing old and having fun likes the knobby. Yep, there you go. It's two of us. UC with Lucifer painted the pedals white. I painted mine in orange. You can kind of see the orange outline on my pedals on my Sherman S. Kind of matches the V13, right? George, are you going to upgrade the V13 pedals to the E-Ride style? Well, no, because that is not my V13. And I mean, I don't. Like I said, the V13 is, man, it's fast, and I love the screen on it. I love the build quality of the Inmotion wheels. Of course, a lot of you have probably seen the video this week of some guy that actually cut out his V13 at about 80 kilometers an hour, which caused a big shitstorm on the internet because Inmotion, when they were promoting the wheel, they said basically it should be a no cutout wheel, because of all the overhead and the safety features that are built into it. But here, lo and behold, this guy was able to cut it out. Now that being said, he accelerated like it based on looking at how quickly these speedometer numbers were going up. He accelerated like a bat out of hell from about 50 kilometers an hour up until the cutout speed of 80. So he actually was able to overpower the wheel. I also saw someone said that they showed a picture. It seemed like right before the cutout, it looked like on the road in front of it, there might have been like an uneven surface or something that could have possibly forced the wheel to have to do more balancing, which again uses more power, which could have contributed to the cutout. But still, it did cut out. So, and then a couple days later, I think it was it Friday I saw this. That guy from Miami, he took his V13 with no gear on, nothing. I mean, no helmet, not even a helmet. And he got it up to 58 miles an hour app speed, which was probably more like 54 maybe GPS or 53. It was crazy. Crazy. I mean, imagine if that guy went down. Imagine if it cut out on him going that speed. Oh my God. But I mean, Darwin's law. I mean, if all he does is hurt himself, okay, well, you did it to yourself. But that was crazy. But I guess that the Inmotion, to their credit, they immediately moved on diagnosing the problem. And I guess that the end result of this is going to be they're going to change the alarm. Oh, my phone light has been on all this time. That will use up some battery. They're changing the behavior of the warning beeps, because I guess once it hits a dangerous level with the power draw, it was beeping like once every 5 seconds. Well, 5 seconds is an eternity if you're right at the limit of what the wheel can supply. So they're going to change the behavior of that warning sound, I guess, and they're also going to change the tilt back behavior, I guess, potentially make it more aggressive. Because based on what their analysis showed, that they showed that the wheel did start to tilt back, and they showed that the guys basically ignored it and just pushed ahead further. So he was able to do that, I guess, without much struggle. So they're going to make the tilt back. I don't know if it's going to be faster or if it's going to be more pronounced. I'm not sure. But they have to be careful, because if the wheel suddenly goes like this and you're going 50 miles an hour, that's not going to be a good thing either. So I don't know. I saw my V13 I have here. It's prompting for a software update. I haven't done one, a firmware update. Maybe I'll ask Jason if he wants me to do it, but I have not touched the firmware on it. I'm not sure. I'm curious what version firmware is on there. Let's see. Let's fire up the Inmotion app real quickly. And there we go. Let's see, what version of firmware? Oh, wow. Oh, so this does have some of this. Okay. Yes, normally I don't like to have the fancy settings turned on the Inmotion wheels. Like this has power assist turned on. This has accelerate assist turned on. This has brake assist turned on. Accelerate assist is at 77%. Brake assist is at 47%. So yeah, I don't know. I don't like that really. Okay, I'm trying to see from what. Okay, the firmware on this is 2.0.21. It's saying that I can upgrade it to 2.0.24, and the only patch note it has for that version of firmware is it optimizes the startup stability. So yeah, I can probably do without that. I think I can. All right. Anything interesting here? No. So anyways, yeah. That cutout was interesting. And believe me, I did think about that a little bit, even though 44 is a lot less than, Let's see. He cut out at 80 kilometers an hour. What is that in miles per hour? Let's see. 80 to mph is, okay, so just under 50 miles an hour he cut out. It looked like the wheel survived pretty well, and I guess he had on full gear, so he was okay as well. But that's pretty fast. Justin, watching the latest of the stream. You were watching 5 minutes in the past for a while. I wasn't watching live. Wow, that's sad. I'm sorry to hear that. Murray thinks that all EUCs should have a knobby tire. Well, and speaking of the T4 part of the upgrade is the new motor comes with a knobby tire installed. And I was in a prior video, I was talking about if I wanted to go through the hassle of switching it to the street tire, which is currently on it. I don't know. I haven't decided. Growing old and having fun. It was beeping at 72 kilometers an hour. Yeah, well, yeah. If I remember what I saw, it beeped. It beeped once, but because there's a 5-second delay between the beeps, by the time before that 5 seconds elapsed, he was already at the 80 and it already cut out. So, but I mean, it sounds like he was, leaning like a maniac on it at that speed. So, thinking that the wheel you couldn't cut it out, I guess. So, Wilson says it won't force it. No, it doesn't force. It gives me an option to cancel the firmware upgrade. Stan, is this Chooch's wheel? No. Chooch got the one. Oh, actually, it not. I'm trying to think. The wheel that Sean had in New York City, the V13 that he had, was that from E-Wheels or was that from someone else? I don't remember. Because if that was from E-Wheels, that means that there was 3 demos. Because Marty had one that Dawn was riding and Roger was riding. And then that one went to Chooch, supposedly. Sean, Sean has the V13, and then Cobra. Did he get Sean's V13? I don't know. I don't know. I can't keep track of it. But I know the one the Cobra had. It had the loose motor bolts. That's the big wart that this Inmotion wheel has. Is evidently the motor bolts are not torqued sufficiently on some of the wheels. Possibly inadequate Loctite, and they're working their way loose. And once they work their way loose, they're shearing. And obviously having a motor bolts shear is a bad thing. So they are now subsequently replacing those bolts with higher quality bolts, and they're torquing them to spec. So yeah, that's a little bit of a whoops, right? Motor bolts are kind of important. Wilson says, so are you 100% certain Sherman S is a must buy and worth the high spending price? Well, I mean, worth it is relative to the person. It's relative to how much money they have available to them that they can comfortably spend. But to me, I've said several times now that all things considered, the Sherman S at this point is my favorite wheel that I've ever owned. So, is it worth the $4,100 or $4,200? Well, that's another question. In general, I've been not happy with the inflation of EUCs. I mean, I think that the pricing is kind of ridiculous. In my situation, I was able to sell wheels to help pay for the Sherman S, which made it much less impactful to me. If I was paying for that entire amount out of my pocket, I don't know. I would probably spend less than $2,500 and buy my EX20S used, right? Which I still have, by the way. It's still for sale. And as you can see, it does jump the ramp. It did do jumps today just fine. But yeah, I mean, all I can tell you is it's my all-around favorite wheel that I've ever owned, the Sherman S. It's fast. Build quality seems really, really good. The suspension feels great. Has good range. Basically the same range I got on the EX20S. I think it looks good. So, is it worth $4,200? Well, that's a depends. But I really, really like the wheel a lot. Cascade says street tires have less rolling resistance. That is true. Yep. Wilson, sorry for asking on a V13 stream. Yeah, Wilson. Well, you know me, because when I have a stream, I only talk about one certain topic. I never digress, talking about whatever, talking about house things, talking about alcohol, talking about relationship issues. I don't ever stray from my topic, Wilson. So yeah. Wilson Cybervolt. Darren Boone, is there more wind resistance sitting down or standing at higher speeds? Standing for sure. You can always go faster sitting, always. And it's as simple as you just pointed out here. It's you have less surface area when you're sitting. When you're standing, you're like a big ass sail. Oh my God! When I was riding back today from Dunkin' Donuts, headwind was terrible, man. And I'm tall. So I'm like a big freaking sail getting smacked like crazy. Now, luckily, the V13 is very heavy, obviously, 110 pounds, 115, whatever it is. So it doesn't want to move that easily, but even so, that wind was pushing me around. It was really annoying. Stan, the EX30 is receiving high praise. Has Bigot turned over a new leaf? Well, I don't know. We'll see. Speaking of the EX30, I have mentioned this somewhere on my channel, but supposedly, right now, New York City has the EX30, Sean and whoever else he allows to use the wheel. But supposedly, after Sean is done with it, the EX30 is supposed to come here. I'm supposed to get the EX30 as well. So hopefully it's still operational by the time it leaves New York City. And if it is, then yeah, I'm supposed to get a crack at that as well. Larry says Marty's wheel is going to Chooch. It's already at. Doesn't Chooch have it already? Maybe not. I don't know. Standing higher wind resistance, says Cascade. Yes. Larry says there was much drama around it. What's... Oh, okay. So we're talking about what I talked about in the last live stream where Chooch was whining about not getting new wheels and how supposedly he was being blacklisted from getting new wheels and how Chooch, you know, sells a lot of wheels and Chooch might have to start reviewing motorcycles because, you know, the EUC community is trash. I think that's the word he used. Yeah. So hopefully him getting the V13 will be a pacifier for Chooch. Growing old and having fun. Electric Dreams really likes the Sherman S. Yes, he does. Yes, Jack does. It's a great wheel. It is. You know. The only weird thing I've seen with my Sherman S, and I haven't heard anyone else comment on my commentary about this or reach out to me about it, is with my Sherman S, once I get above, it's right around 30 miles an hour, there's a high-pitched electronic sound that starts coming from the wheel. I've mentioned it repeatedly. I've kind of captured it on video, and no one else has reported that they've heard that. So I don't know what the deal is. I mean, the wheel acts fine otherwise, and it's not, you know, it's not like it's annoying me to death, but it is definitely there. So I don't know why that is. Murray says, my wheel is too straight. Yeah, well, yeah. Kevin took good care of it. Because I know that the wheel that was up in New York City, it had the sheared motor bolts. And I assume someone fixed it, but yeah. Stan. What I raced on Champion for charity? What kind of race were you doing? A drag race? A straight race, maybe. Yeah, straight race, I could do that. But I'm really curious. I mean, I was doing 44 on the way to Dunkin' Donuts. I mean, I might be able to hit 50 app speed, which isn't GPS speed, but I might be able to hit 50 app speed on this wheel because I was going 44 and I was not trying. I was not trying to go that fast. I could just, I could see my world accelerating around me, and I looked down. I'm like, whoa, 44. So Dawn and I are kind of like friendly, you know. We kind of chat and talk once in a while, which is funny because when I was out in California, she was giving me such a hard time about everything. She was enjoying my pain, but yeah, Dawn's a good person. Monkey Donkey. Oh, Money Donkey. Thoughts on potential KingSong and Inmotion merge. I saw a headline about that. My first thing was, is this bullshit? Is this just like a fallacy? Is that legitimate? Is that a legitimate rumor? I mean, if they did, I don't know. Maybe that's good. I mean, I don't really care if they do. You would think that, you know, pooling their resources might be a good thing, I guess, for the consumer. Money Donkey. Chooch is dumb as a brick. Well, I don't think Chooch is dumb. I think Chooch is young. And when you're young, you do and say dumb things. I have certainly been guilty of that. So I try to keep that in mind. So So yeah, he'll live and learn. He'll keep learning. Isaac Frederick, was that merger for real or just speculation? Exactly. That's my question as well. Darren Boone, my riding style is the same as yours and Marty's. And to my knowledge, I've never seen you to power a wheel or have a cutout. Yes, that is correct. Right. I mean, if you ride a wheel reasonably, you're not going to cut it out. You know, when a wheel is at low battery, you're cognizant of that. You are aware of that. And when a wheel is at lower battery, you don't lean on it hard. Like when I do my range test, and I'm coming back, and I if I'm down at 30 or 20% battery, I am not going to try to accelerate hard, because even though the wheel might be fine doing it, just because I'm aware of the potential problem with doing that. Some people either are not aware or don't care, and they will just hammer it regardless. King Emotion or InSong. Funny. You guys are so funny and punny. Tommy is here, and he's flashing the extreme emoji. Thanks, Tommy. What's up, buddy? I saw your little clip about the V13 cutout. Tommy's always on the edge of the latest and greatest EUC news. Tommy, do you know anything about the potential KingSong Inmotion merger, or is that all bullshit? Because my initial reaction is that's probably bullshit. Larry says Marty had a cutout. Yeah, well, yeah, he has. Is that the only? No, I thought he's blown more boards than that. I think he blew a board on his ACM too. Yeah, he's blown boards, but not. Yeah, overpowering going up a hill, but you're only going, less than 10 miles an hour when that happens. So it's a little bit different. But technically, yes. Yeah, he blew it out. Tommy says the merger was just a bad Photoshop. Yeah, that's kind of my feeling. It's okay. It's fun to talk. It's fun to come up with things. So this is about the V13, but the V13 has just been sitting there. I mean, everyone has seen everything about the V13. So what am I going to do? Show you something new that you haven't seen? You've seen it all. In my video today on Dunkin' Donuts Ride, I was talking about potential things that I'm going to do with the V13. Obviously, I'm going to do a range test. I want to do a Duff top speed test. Not top speed, but top speed for me. I can totally see it eclipsing my recently set top speed that I did in the Sherman S. I can see that easily being eclipsed. I mentioned earlier about the potential of taking it to the swamp. I'm just a little worried about how tiring it's going to be to try to maneuver a 110-pound wheel through the swamp. But it would be interesting. I was thinking about potentially taking it down to that big hill, and it's not long, but it's a steep hill in Marco Island that I did that test with the V11, the V12, where basically I just go over and back for a total of 20 hills, 10 times over and back. It's 20 hills, and it's like almost 2.5 miles of basically constant hill exposure. Because at least today with the Dunkin' Donuts ride, the wheels stayed very, very cool. At the end of the ride, I checked the temperature. It was like 99 degrees. Super, super cool. So I'm curious if I can get that thing to heat up at all. So I might do that. I might do, do a nighttime riding test, although the headlight from everyone that I've heard of on the V13 is super, super bright. Super bright. Even the V11 was really good. This is better than the V11. Tommy says, I blew my board out on the Z10 full sending uphill before I knew that low battery means don't send it. My dumbass thought it was like a car and I can still hit the limit till empty. Yeah, didn't you say you still have that Z10, Tommy? It's just not working, right? You never fixed it or something? I kind of remember you talking about that. Or Hubert talked about that, maybe. I don't remember. David Mitchell's here, man. Hey, from Scotland. It's awful late in Scotland, David. It's probably the middle of the night in Scotland. Thanks for popping in. Darren Boone says, I don't think anyone has done a low-speed range test as in keeping it under 25 miles an hour. I mean, I could do that, but it feels so slow on this wheel, dude. I mean, like 30 seems like the slowest this thing wants to go. At least from my riding today, I could do that. Because my expectation is if I ride it at a speed that's comfortable for me, which will be mostly in the 30s all the time, I'll probably get somewhere around what everybody else is getting, which is, more or less 50 miles. I don't know. Do I want to do a 20 to 25 mile an hour speed test? I don't know. Because see, I don't know how valuable that is, because I've heard other people talk about this as well, that you can potentially get X amount of range if you go slow, but in reality, if people don't ride the wheel that speed, well, what good does it do you, really? EUC vibes, we need that V13 versus Sherman S best wheel 2023. Maybe I could do that too, Tommy. Now I know that you rode the V13, and it seemed like your feedback was good. You didn't see that I had already ridden the V13 to Dunkin' Donuts. I had the video all edited. I had to upload it, but I already have ridden it about 23 miles to Dunkin' Donuts and back. And the biggest thing that struck me about the V13 is how stable it is at speed and how easy it is to go fast on this wheel, because it's such a big wheel, 22 inches. It's heavy. The motor is powerful. That's the most striking thing about the V13. Now, as far as agility, at least initially, the Sherman S feels much more maneuverable to me than the V13 does. Much more, significantly so. Visually, I think I probably like the Sherman S more than the V13. V13 is going to be probably a little faster than the Sherman S, even though the Sherman S technically can get real close to the at least the capped speeds in the V13, which is capped via software. So like if you had both these wheels sitting in front of me and said, okay, Duff, you can have one of them for free. Just take whichever one you want. And I would have had a chance to, ride them to the degree, to test them out. And I haven't tested the V13 to the degree that I have the Sherman S. But even once I do, I'm pretty confident that I would still pick the Sherman S for myself. So I don't know. The Sherman S does not feel like a nearly 100-pound wheel. The V13, to me, it does. It does. But it's fast as hell. Really fast. Stan says you forgot about the EX30, Tommy. Yeah, Tommy, I don't know if you know, but I'm supposedly, after New York City gets the EX30, supposedly I'm getting it next. So try to talk those guys into not breaking it. That would be nice. Tommy says, I have two Z10s. Yeah, that's right. I do remember you telling me that. You have two Z10s. One I got to ride while the other was down and to learn how to fix it because I got it back in pieces due to a shady EUC repair guy who has since been ousted. That isn't VT, is it? What's up with VT? Like, I never hear about VT anymore, although like he like commented on one of my posts on Instagram. VT did. But like I never hear much about VT anymore. I don't know, because he was very front and center for a while. David says time in Scotland 3:15 a.m. Yeah, that's pretty darn early, David. Money Donkey. If you're the kind of person to buy the V13, there's no way you're staying below 25 miles an hour. That's true. Yeah. I mean, I wish that the V13 was able to go further. But I mean, if you're going upper 30s, your range is going to suck. I mean that's always been the case. I mean, speed kills range, and because the V13 is so comfortable at speed, people are going to ride it quicker, and that's going to chew up battery faster as well. One of the comments I made was the V13 has a 3,000 watt-hour battery pack, roughly, and the the EX20S has a 3600 watt hour battery pack, and it's weird that the V13 feels so thin compared to the EX20S. I sort of got it. It feels like it's almost half the width of the EX20S, which I don't mind. I mean, I like it thinner. I like that it's tall. Actually, with my long legs, it's actually good dimensions for me. But it is really, really thin for being such a heavy wheel. Hey, Dale's back. He'd go the Sherman S. There you go. Yeah, I think a lot of people that have ridden both would probably pick the Sherman S. Stan says, is 25 the magic sauce for a 4K wheel or nothing? 25, what? 25 miles an hour? Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, 25 on the V13 feels like nothing. It feels like nothing. Tommy liked the V13 at demo with my limited time with both wheels and what you just said. I think I'm going to go with the Sherman S after I sell my aluminum Master Pro with a nice Luna seat. Yeah, how's your Master Pro doing? Between the bent rim and it rubbing on that one bracket. Have you gotten it fixed? Would you use the jaws of life on it or something to try to fix the rim? Oh my God, dude, I feel bad for you. I mean, that Master Pro, I mean, Marty loves his, but man, because what did that cost you? $4,000? Yeah. No desire for a Master Pro. Growing old, having fun. The EX30 was smashing concrete with a kickstand on stairs. I did see that. I did see Sean's video of him going down these stairs and the kickstand taking chunks out of the stairs. Yeah, that's not ideal. That being said, it means that the pedals are lower. Usually when the pedals are lower, actually, as far as a riding experience, it's nice because your center of gravity is lower. If you're in a situation where you need clearance, like the EX30 is not probably going to be a great trail wheel. If the clearance is actually that tight, it's going to be clipping rocks like crazy. So, yeah. But as far as like a high power street cruiser, like for me, for the kind of riding I do, no problem. It would be great, I'm sure. Tommy will pass the good word at the demo. Yeah. Say, Duff's getting it next. Don't break it. Darren says, my weight is over 220 with the riding gear. And if I had to make it to my destination, how far could I go getting under 25 miles an hour? What, on the V13? I mean, I don't know if the V13 cares that much about your weight. I would guess. I mean, I would expect to get 50 miles of range out of the V13 at a minimum, unless you're doing ridiculous high speed riding or hilly riding. But I would say at a minimum 50 miles. That being said, when Ian did his ride, Speedy Feet Ian, what range did he get? Did he get like 37 or 38? Is that right? I think I remember seeing that. Wow. Yeah, that's true. That's pretty shitty. But I mean, Ian always has the lowest numbers for range, especially when he does his range tests in the winter. Oh my God. Tom, Easy Vibes. His Master Pro cost $4,600 plus a new tire and a fast charger. So it's more like $5,000. Dude. So how much do you think you're going to get when you sell it? That's the big question. So you just straighten the rim and you're going to call it good? Is that what you're doing? Dale says, I'm not saying anything nice about the EX30 unless they send me a free one. On that note, my T4 will be awesome when it arrives. Yeah. Have you guys heard about this? That supposedly the owner of Gotway is for whatever reason, like being nice to Dale all of a sudden and has offered to send Dale, who has been, to put it mildly, critical of Begode / Gotway forever, but has offered to send him a new T4 for free, so he can try it and potentially not have such a negative outlook on Begode wheels. So yeah, it's kind of crazy, right? So we'll see. So Adam says the EX30 pedals are about as high as the Master. So if that's the case, well, yeah, it's true. It's not the pedals that are hitting; it's the kickstand. So what is a kickstand just significantly lower than the Master? I guess. I don't know. UC Vibe says his Master Pro is getting repaired by Samuel at AI Rides. Alien Rides? The metal frame on the bottom of the battery was bent, which made the suspension rod rub against the motor. Easy fix, but man, how weak. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Tommy says Dale getting a Begode T4. Never thought I'd see the day. Yeah, well, he hasn't gotten it yet, right, Dale? So let's wait until he actually gets it. JCF Warrior Poet. Before I got my KingSong S18 Molly cell, I said I would set the speed limit at 20 and be done with it. 2,000 miles later, I'm looking at the EX30. Yeah, that is not an uncommon scenario. I remember thinking that 20 miles an hour was flying. Like when I had my original M Super V3, 67 volt. The fact that that thing can go into the low 20s, it was a freaking rocket. It was a rocket. And now, less than 25, with the current stable wheels I have, it seems like I'm in the slow lane. It's perspective changes. It changes. Dale says, "Yeah, I'd never buy one. I never said I wouldn't accept the free one." Yeah, there you go. Hey, maybe you'll like it. I like my T4. I like it. I just riding it today, doing those jumps. It reminded me of why I like it. I really should ride it more. I don't know. I got other wheels. I have too many wheels and too little time. Tommy says, I'd be lucky if I get 4K. Yeah, well, like I mentioned earlier, Tommy, I still have my EX20S for sale. I have it on the Facebook group for $2,600. I put it on the Electric Unicycle forum, I think, for $2,600 or $2,500. Haven't sold it. Haven't gotten a lot of inquiries. I got a couple, but not real serious ones. I have one guy that was talking about paying $2,000 and splitting the shipping, and he still hasn't committed. So imagine that. I mean, you can get a 3,600 watt hour wheel for what, $2,100? That's a pretty damn good deal. But the electric unicycle market, used market, is very tough right now because there's so many new wheels out. So a lot of people are trying to sell their old wheels to help pay for them. So yeah, you're not getting a premium on used wheels like you did at one time. Because what was happening in the past was all these wheels would be, these new wheels, they had lead times of 6 months, 8 months, 9 months. So people were more interested in used wheels that they could get right away. Now that isn't the case. Wilson, who is Dale? You don't know who Dale is? Electric Unicycle. Electric Unicycle is Dale. Tommy says, you're going to open the shell and it's going to be full of shit. Never do not forget at Electric Unicycle. Yeah, that's true. Like I watched the teardown video that Alien Rides has out there for the T4, which you have to obviously tear it down to swap out the motor and do the other stuff. And yeah, it's not impressive. I mean, if you rip open a Begode / Extreme Bull wheel, and then you open up a KingSong, a Inmotion, or even days of old a Ninebot wheel, it's like night and day. I mean, just the difference in quality and engineering is significant. It's yeah. But that being said, people like Begode wheels because they're fast and they go far. Murray says Dale is an Aussie legend. Been riding since 2015. Rides backwards as fast as forwards. Yeah, no, Dale is a pretty amazing rider. That's for sure. Adam says Roger tested an EX30 off-road last night. It works great. Tons of torque. Clearance is fine. Oh yeah. Okay. Good. Hey, if Roger says it's good, then it's good. You know, it was really interesting for me when I met Roger out there when I was out in California. Yeah, he's a really cool guy, but that dude is fearless. I mean, it's crazy the stuff he does. Like, not that many people watch my California videos, unfortunately, but in the one video, we're at this section on the Fullerton Loop where I point to a hill that he had just come down, big severe drops and all kinds of little knees in it and like ridges and washed out areas. And I jokingly said to Roger, okay, Roger, so now go back up the hill. And he's like, okay. I think it took him 6 tries, but he did. He eventually got the freaking wheel up the hill. He is an amazing rider. He really is. I talked earlier, like how my disposable income is going to be kind of restricted with this house move that I'm doing, house purchase. But one of the things I really want to do is I want to go back out to California and just hang with the guys out there, because it was really a good time, and it'd be fun just to do it. It would just be me and the guys, and no complications, if you know what I mean. And I think it would be fun. I think it would be fun. I will do that at some point. All right. So I'm trying to think, what else did I want to talk about? I'm actually caught up on chat. Wow, that doesn't happen very often. And I'll probably be grabbing one more beer. That'll be enough. So as far as the V13 goes, you know what? I did want to do my own lift test on it. Let me do that. It's been sitting on here all the time. Oh wow, the Sherman turned itself off. Evidently, the V13 does not have a low power or a timer where it shuts off, because it's been on this entire time. The Sherman did shut itself off. All right. This thing is heavy, by the way. If you didn't know that. I'm curious what my no-load lift test number will be. So, okay, brace my core, lift, and go. $78.8. 78.8. It's pretty fast. Pretty darn fast. The trolley handle on that thing is nice. That's one thing that's better than the Sherman S. The trolley handle on the V13 is definitely more substantial. It's metal, feels more secure. What is this? Tommy says, I can see you and Roger getting along. You both have a lot of knowledge. Well, Roger, like I'm the type of person that, like, and some people are surprised by this, because like when you see me in videos and stuff, and I've talked about this different ways, but my persona on videos, my persona on live streams, it's different than sorry, I was just kicking the desk and the camera was shaking. It's different. Like when I'm talking to a camera, when I'm talking on a live stream, it's easier for me to talk to a camera than it is most people. Unless I have something in common with someone, I'm not good at making small talk about, whatever. Like I need to have a clear subject. With Roger, and people like Roger, people that are outgoing, people that are super friendly, people that are funny, they will pull you in. So and Roger is that way. So Roger and I got along fine. In general, I get along well with people like that. So Roger's cool, and Roger likes to make fun of Marty. So and I do too. So that was another thing we had in common. Darren, we're talking about the used wheels. Darren says, this is why you only keep your new wheel for 18 months and then sell it to buy the newer ones. It's the only way to get the most of your asking price, and invest in a bumper protection package. To keep your wheel nice, obviously. Well, in my case, like for example, the EX30, like all my wheels that I sell, I mean, if you want to buy a wheel from someone, you should buy it from me, because pretty much almost every mile that you're going to see, or that almost every mile that's been put on the wheel, is on film somewhere. Like you can actually see what I do, because I film almost all my rides. It's very rare that I don't. And like the EX20S that I have, it has like 153, 154 miles on it. It has like no miles on it whatsoever. It's practically a brand new wheel. And even so, I've had minimal interest in it. So it is what it is. Murray, boobies. What are we talking about? Oh, what things that I'll be missing out in California? Yeah. Yeah, I could go into a really, a really dumb tangent about certain things, and I won't, but I could. I could go on some tangents about stuff, but I won't, because it won't do any good. It won't do any good. But I am looking forward to, this new house. This new house. I mean, it's a literal and symbolic new chapter in my life. I've been in this house for 21 years and change. Been here forever. Know the house like the back of my hand. But with all the nice things about this house, it's also become, especially since I've been single, it's become a hassle. It's become a lot of work. Since I've become single and since I've become older, I have to remind myself I am 55 years old. I'm not young. I try to do everything I can to be as youthful and healthy and active as I can. But I'm trying to be realistic. I'm trying to be proactive. I'm trying to lay the groundwork for my future to be good and prosperous and happy and all that jazz. And it's a struggle. It's a struggle. There's mental struggles involved with getting older. I know that's very surprising for a lot of people. Okay, so I'll talk to you guys while I'm on my Rode Wireless mic, while I get my last beer of the night, because remember, I already had a couple at dinner, so I don't want to go crazy. So now I'm walking out to the fridge, and now I'm grabbing my last Miller Lite. My last Miller Lite of this type. I have like almost a full 12-pack of Miller Lights from the Super Bowl last week. Speaking of the Super Bowl, yeah, condolences to my Eagles. I actually had Allison and her boyfriend over for the Super Bowl last week to watch the Eagles lose, which was okay. I mean, it was a good game. I don't get as bent out of shape about the Eagles losing as I used to, which is a good thing, because I'm much more mature now, right? Yeah, or something like that. I had someone. Was this Cascade? Are you the one? I think you are. Cascade, are you the one that commented on the video? Like, again, if you guys watch my video, sometimes like I'll say something, and when I go back to edit it, I will recognize it. It's a statement that you could say, "That's what she said." Like once in a while, I would put that in there. I put a quick little flash of text on the screen, and I'll say, "That's what she said." And I think Cascade, who I see in chat, commented that he didn't think that was a good thing to do, to say that's what she said. And I'm curious for other people's thoughts on that. And I'm curious, Cascade, if you're the one that said that, tell me what you think is negative about that. Do you think it's a misogynistic thing to say? Because my intention is it's just a funny thing to say. That's all. It doesn't have any intent one way or the other, but I'm curious about that. Tommy, no, the free spin was 78.8. 78.8. Murray says, no, what can we talk about next? Yeah, no, we can't talk about certain things. Spill the beans. No. It's funny, like those of you that are friends with me on Facebook, you'll notice that I actually have been putting much less on my personal Facebook page. Like I used to put a lot of stuff, like anything that I posted to Instagram, I would throw on my Facebook page, my various like videos, I would put links on my Facebook page, all kinds of stuff. I put a lot of stuff on my Facebook page, including links to my blog posts that I would make every day. And recently, in the last few weeks, I've stopped doing that. You may say, well, why did you stop doing that? Well, the origin is not important, but the end result is I was just sort of thinking about those actions and posting all the stuff that I used to post to social media, and trying to kind of think about why I would do that. Why? Because it was asked of me. Why I share as much as I do. And it actually made me think a little bit about why that is. And basically what I came up with is I don't know that I need to do that. I've been doing so much, just trying to just figure shit out. And like I took Dawn turned me on to like the Chinese zodiac and told me what my symbol is, and then when I read what the description of the symbol is and the traits of this Chinese zodiac, which I'm a fire goat, by the way, I'm like, oh shit, I do all this shit, I do it all. And and it's crazy. And then this past week I took a couple different personality tests. So this isn't based on your birth date or your year or anything. This is just you're answering questions, and based on your answer to those questions, it kind of categorizes you as certain personality types. And again, when I'm reading these results, I'm like, yeah, I do all this shit. I think this way. I do these things. And one of the things that was identified is like I always knew this, that I am a people pleaser. Like I put a lot of importance on doing for others. A lot of times to my own detriment, I will do that. And it's in some ways it sounds like, oh, that's a noble thing. Well, you're selfless. You're doing stuff for others. But in other ways, it's kind of a self-destructive thing. And it's also a way that like by doing for others, you not necessarily verbally or cognizantly even are expecting praise or reward for doing it, but subconsciously you are, and basically the connection is that posting all this stuff to social media is just another way to get this approval, to get this praise, to get the likes, and all that kind of stuff. So that is kind of the reason that I stopped putting that stuff, at least on my Facebook. Now, obviously, I'm still doing YouTube, doing all that kind of stuff, but I am thinking about that kind of stuff. And it's not like I can change my personality, but I can be aware of it and try to at least be a healthier version of that type of personality, because it can really be a dark hole. And it's interesting when I looked at the description of, like, they had levels of, they had like a healthy version of this personality type, they had an average version of this personality type and their behaviors, and then an unhealthy version of this personality type and their behaviors. And I could see all of them. I've done all of them. And I think having that knowledge and having that awareness, hopefully, will make me better going forward, because I think it is a problem to put your desires, your needs, your feelings on the back burner to please somebody else. That's a recipe for disaster. So, and I've done that to myself repeatedly. So, long story short, I'm trying to make it better. EUC Chronicles, what's up, man? Flip is here. Hey, Duff, hope all is well. Yeah, Steve, Flip is my role model. He knows how to handle women. Flip knows how to handle women. Ran RC 25. Hey, Duff, interested in hearing your thoughts between your T4 S22 and Sherman S. Are you keeping all three? Are they different enough? Yes, they are. Yes, I will be keeping those three. I am planning to try to sell the EX20S, the T4 S22, and Sherman S. I am planning to keep. I did hear a rumor on one of the Facebook groups that Veteran is supposedly working on a 16-inch 134 volt suspension wheel. If that's the case, I would be very interested in that wheel, but I do definitely like the 16-inch form factor. I like that it's more maneuverable. I like that it's lighter. The S22 is a 20-inch wheel. Or is it an 18? No, wait. S22 is a 20-inch wheel, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Or no, it's an 18. What am I saying? No, it's an 18-inch wheel. And the Sherman S, yeah, they are different enough. The Sherman S has more range, has more speed than the S22. The S22 visually is probably the most interesting wheel that I own, so I will be keeping all three. They are different enough for me. Cascade says, "Go forth and be prosperous." Okay, I'm not sure what that means. I mean, that's a good saying. Didn't Spock say that? So Cascade, you are the one that mentioned that, right? About the that's what she said. You didn't like that. Dale says Cascade is a Tasmanian beer. I'll take your word for it. Cascade says yes, it's an opening. I'm not sure. Again, that's a little cryptic. I'm not quite sure what you mean there. Dale says I like that's what she said. Dale, for some reason, I'm not surprised that you like that. I'm not surprised at all. Oh, quick aside, just for everyone I know people love when I talk about medical things. This week, this upcoming week, this Wednesday, I'm having more skin cancer surgery. Yes. I'm having a spot behind my right ear cut out this time. So yeah, great news. I have another spot here that I've been treating myself with, like there's special cream you can put on, like surface level basal cell that basically eats all the cancer cells and then makes it look like you have a festering wound on your skin. I've been doing that for 3 or 4 weeks, and that's hopefully going to go away. But yeah, Wednesday I get this cut out, so it's great. Growing Gold and having fun. Wrong Way and Electric Dreams say it also. Oh, that's what she said. I know I've heard Wrong Way say it. I know Adam has said it. That being said, I don't know that I want to emulate Adam in every way, but yes. So I don't know. It's I don't know. Maybe I'll reevaluate that too. Yeah, I don't need to do it. I don't know. It's just certain things strike me as funny sometimes. 09 Bug 9. She's the cat's mother. Over my head. Not sure what that means. Medium Dog. A channel member. I never care for that. That's what she said. Okay, there you go. There's another opinion. I don't know. Spartacus, come on, Duff. You didn't climb one tree pole or burn a dumpster after the Eagles lost? No, I did not. No, I was actually quite calm. I really was. I wasn't happy that the game ended the way it did. I thought it was kind of shitty. I mean, yeah, technically the guy held that receiver, but I mean, I don't know. It's the end of the game. Technically, you could probably call holding on almost every play in a football game. I just thought that was kind of shitty to call it at that point because it basically it locked in the outcome of the game. Whereas before, the Eagles would have had a chance to get the ball and go down and score. It kind of sealed the deal. So I thought that was kind of shitty. But yeah, The Eagles didn't. The Eagles defense choked. They could not stop Mahomes in the second half. So that's really the bottom line. Murray likes it. A double entendre is almost as much fun as sarcasm. Well, I am very sarcastic. So Darren Boone says, I'm 58, only been riding almost 2 years, but I find it the best means to decompress from all my stresses. Yes, I have said that repeatedly, especially recently, because I've been going through some issues. How riding is a way for me to mentally reset. And this is something else I haven't talked about. I don't think I've talked about it on my blog, not on video. One of the issues I've had for a prolonged period of time is not sleeping well. I either have trouble going to sleep, or I wake up and I look at the clock. I wake up in the middle of the night. It's 3 or 4 in the morning. My brain clicks on. I start thinking about things that I shouldn't think about, and it becomes circular. I can't stop my brain from going. I can't clear it so I can sleep. And I've been getting really shitty sleep for a while now. Since last week, the first thing I started taking was I was in my medicine cabinet and I saw some NyQuil there. I'm like, oh shit, NyQuil makes me sleepy. So I took NyQuil for 3 nights. And then I looked on Google, and Google says it's not really good to take NyQuil as a sleep aid. But I did find that you can just get the part of NyQuil that makes you tired as a sleep aid. They have something called ZQuil. And I think the stuff is called doxamine, is what actually makes you sleepy. I think it's doxamine. But also Unisom has it as well. Same thing, basically. So I purchased some Unisom, and I've been taking Unisom every night for the last week and a half to sleep, and it's worked like a champ. I fall asleep. I generally stay asleep. If I have to wake up, like say if I have to go to the bathroom or something, I have to pee, I'm able to do that, go back to bed. My brain is quiet, and I'm able to fall back asleep. And it feels good to be able to sleep. It feels good to get solid sleep, because for a long time I have not been doing that. And it's not good for you, man. Lack of sleep, it can reflect in your life in so many different ways. It can screw you up in so many different ways. So at least for now, I'm sticking with the Unisom plan. I'd rather sleep. It's nice to sleep. I'll be taking some tonight. And also, I think I talked in the last live stream how I lost all this weight. Like I was down to 169 pounds like a month and a half ago or something like that. I've been eating like crazy. Now, to be honest, I'm not eating healthy food like crazy. I'm eating pasta. I'm eating cookies. I'm intaking calories. This past week, I drove through McDonald's after I played volleyball. I got a fillet of fish. So it's not necessarily healthy calories, but it's calories. And my weight is slowly creeping up. I think last night I was either 176 or 177 pounds. So I am starting to get my weight back up. I'm hoping to get up to about 180 and hold right about there. So, yeah. Okay, so Cascade, we're talking about the That's What She Said controversy. It's an opening to disaster. I like you enough to say something rather than not. You can do what you like. I know what you meant. Okay. That's fair enough. And like I said, I mean, I'm not the type of person that is like, okay, well, this is what I think, and I'm never going to deviate from this, because if I think differently, that means that I admitted that I was wrong, or that I'm a flip-flopper or whatever. No, I constantly reevaluate based on new information. And it's not like making those comments, that's what she said, does anything for me in my life. So it's easy enough to not do it. But I'm just curious, like how it's offensive. I don't know. I guess I can understand. I guess I don't know. That being said, today in my Dunkin' Donuts ride, I didn't say that's what she said. So maybe I'm on the road to recovery. Maybe not. Wilson, well, I did it. I pre-ordered the Beast to hold it, but I may or may not get it. I just wanted to reserve a spot just in case. You pre-ordered what beast? The Sherman S or EX30? What did you pre-order? EUC with Lucifer. Give in to sin, Wilson. Larry says, if everyone were as self-aware as Duff, the world will be a much better place. Well, I don't know, Larry. Larry, a channel member, by the way. I am self-aware. That being said, still, even being aware, I still find myself falling into certain patterns and certain behaviors and certain things. Like I literally have these out loud discussions with myself. Like what the F? Why the F are you thinking this way? Why the F are you doing this? Why do you care about that? All the time. And whew, I was hoping, like when I was younger, like 55. That's old, man. 55. You should have all your shit figured out. It just should be figured out. It should be locked and loaded at 55. You should be, everything should be copacetic and happy and very minimal issues. Whew. Not the case. Let me tell you, it's not the case. Russell Zauner, I just found out that not only is there a new 4-seat Sea Breacher coming up, but Sea-Doo is releasing an e-foil in 2024, so there are more toys to be had. Okay, well, that's good to know. I don't know. I've never heard of a Sea Breacher. Sea-Doo, I am familiar with Sea-Doo. When I was 18 years old, I've talked in the past like how I had these impulse buys. Like I had a long history of impulse buys where I'll buy something without thinking about it much. Sometimes it's fine. Sometimes it's not fine that I do that. I almost bought a Sea-Doo when I think I was 18, living in Pennsylvania. It's not like I'm living in Florida where there's lots of places to ride a Sea-Doo. There was like one big lake nearby that was really the only place you could ride unless you're going to ride to the shore, which was like 3 hours away. But I almost bought a Sea-Doo back then because I thought it was the coolest thing. I did not. Thankfully. Cascade 38 watching 18 likes cruel. True, that's true. I haven't pitched it. I should. I always forget to do that on live streams. What Cascade is referring to is if you're watching the stream and you're getting anything out of it, if I entertain you even a little bit, do me a favor and hit the like button. If you hit the like button, what that does is that tells YouTube that, hey, these people like it, and they'll either push it out to more people live, or on the replays, they'll be more apt to show it in people's feeds so they get to see it on replay. So if you enjoy what you're watching, hit the like button. Pretty simple. Dale says, regarding Flip, because he was a DJ in strip clubs like myself. What? Dale, you were a DJ in strip clubs? No, I did not know that about you, Dale. I can't say I'm surprised, but I did not know that about you. Wilson, some people are not self-aware and have no concept of how feelings work. Watch Explore with us on YouTube and you will know what I mean. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Or some people are just so into themselves that they don't care about how feelings work with other people. Yeah. Again, I could expand on that greatly. But I'm self-aware enough to know that it wouldn't serve any purpose to do so. So, I'll just drink beer. George says, codependence is a real thing for me. Yeah, well, one of the things I've talked about on the blog and maybe in here is like the vast majority of my adult life, starting from age 17, I have been in a long-term relationship, going from one to another. I had almost a continuous streak of that until I was 43, 44, or 44. And then I was single for a year. I had 13 first dates. Why am I holding? I don't have 13 fingers. I had 13 first dates. And I think I had maybe 4 second dates during that time. And I did a lot of the dating apps and which I thought was going to be great. I thought it was going to be so awesome. I mean, I'm into technology, man. Pick a woman on the phone. What else could you want? It's terrible. It's terrible, man. So many people misrepresent themselves. You know, first dates with strangers, awkward as hell, especially for someone like me. Awkward as hell. I did not like it at all. And then I was in a relationship for 8.5 years. And now I've been single for probably a year and a half. Yeah. A year and a half. I've maybe even a little bit more than that. I've been single for a year and a half, you know, with a couple, you know, exceptions, but basically single for a year and a half. So yeah, and when I took my personality test, one of the things they talked about, and my zodiac symbol, my Chinese zodiac symbol, is my type of personality. They want to be in a relationship. They want to share their life with somebody, and it's in direct contrast with what I'm trying to accomplish, because one of the things I've been trying to do is be more okay with being single, with being alone, and being happy with yourself. And you know, because everyone will tell you that you need to be happy with yourself. You need to love yourself. Blah 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 blah. But it's a struggle. It's a struggle for me. It's been a struggle from day one. I'm still struggling. Dale says, all the best with surgery. Yes, thank you, buddy. Cascade, time lag on post so long that context is nothing. But if you do TED Talks and say that, tell me how that went. I don't do TED Talks, and I've only seen brief portions of TED Talks. Yeah, I know I'm blabbing a lot, so you guys are like 10 minutes behind me. So UC Chronicles took that test as well. My personality type is mediator. Traits introverted. Okay, interesting. Oh, you saw that on my blog or something? Or I don't know. Oh, the 16 personalities one. Yeah, mine was defender. I was defender. And IFSJ, I believe, or something like that. But then I took the Enneagram one, a flip as well, Enneagram, and that is a little more. I don't know. It's interesting. I mean, I saw lots of hits on both of them, but I think I found the Enneagram result a little bit more interesting. On the Enneagram, I'm a type 2 personality with Enneagrams. Murray says an Aussie way of saying that's what she said is said the butcher to the barmaid. What? Okay. All right. Well, maybe I should say that. Cascade says 40 milligram melatonin before bed for a month until it kicks in for sleep problems. Some other people have recommended melatonin. I guess it's a more natural solution. But at least for now, I don't know. This stuff works. I was so desperate for sleep. I don't know. Maybe I'll try the melatonin then, but I'd like to get maybe a couple more weeks of sleep. JCF Warrior Poet. I had 3 Ninebots that all had coil whine that is noticeable. Is that standard with Ninebots? Yeah. Well, my Ninebot 1E Plus had a whine to it for sure. Some of my Gotways have as well. KingSong S18 is silent. Yes, it is silent. I can agree with that. Any wheels to avoid or go with if quiet is important? I don't know. Like I said, my Sherman S is loud after 30 miles an hour. KingSong wheels are like the S22 is quiet too. Like if you watch the jump video from today, it's a quiet wheel. It is. Dale says that's what she said shows a sense of humor and some character. Well, that's subjective, Dale. It depends on your audience, right? I'm aware enough to know that. It all depends on your audience. Growing old and having fun says, at 50, I see you're 50, sometimes think, who's that when I look in a mirror? Other than that, I'm still just a kid. Yeah. I mean, I have a lot of immature tendencies. That being said, I have a lot of different aspects to what I do. Like with my job, like there's a certain part of my personality that needs to be dominant. When I'm in a relationship, there's other parts of my personality that are dominant. When I'm in competitive situations, there's other parts of my personality that are dominant. When I'm doing creative things like writing and, like I consider the videos and stuff to be creative in some degree. There's a lot of facets to me, but there are definitely immature facets to me as well. I still like to play video games. I still, I still have a very childlike part to my personality as well. Cascade says Woody Harrelson is a Defender as well. Oh yeah, really? I didn't know that. I know that there's a list of other people that were the same type as me. I didn't look at it though. I don't know. Maybe that says something else about me. I don't know. Luis is here from New York City. What's up, buddy? I'm doing good. I'm trying to get through my last beer here, and then it's already after 11. I'm trying to get through my last beer. Good thing is I don't have to get up early tomorrow for any particular reason. Although the bad news is I probably won't be able to watch any more Jack Ryan episodes. I've got turned on to people have recommended that to me for years, the Jack Ryan series on Amazon Prime. I got through season 1. I'm probably 2/3 through season 2. Really liking that series. Been watching a lot of it. Daly says half a bottle of Jack Daniels works for sleep. I'm sure it does. Probably not very good for the liver. I'm not a big hard liquor fan, though. Wilson says ZQL is good. I use that sometime to sleep during the day when my bird squawks too much. Yeah, well, ZQL has the same active ingredient as Unisom. Now, Unisom does have a natural product, which I believe includes melatonin and some other things as well. I have not tried that. I'm sticking with the chemical one for now, and it's been good. I mean, it's like when I find when I'm taking this stuff, like it's a little more difficult for me to get out of bed. Like I don't want to get out of bed easily, but like within 5 minutes, and you feel a little bit fuzzy when you get up. But I would say within 5 minutes or so of getting up, the fog clears and you feel more or less normal. So it hasn't been a problem. Wilson says, I'm a human being and not some fake. Well, thanks, buddy. I do try to be honest. Depending on who you ask, you might say that I share too much. I share too much. And I can see that point. I can see the basis of that point. I do try to be open to other opinions. I might not agree with them, but I am open to listen. Luis says, cheers, enjoy. Hey, thanks, man. What do you ride nowadays, Luis? I don't know what wheels you have nowadays. Dale says, if anyone hasn't seen the movie Cascade mentioned, Defender, give it a go. It's an excellent movie. What? Defender. Speaking of movies, I'm supposed to go see Defender movie. Is it called The Defender from 2004, Dale? With Dolph Lundgren? Is that it? Is that really it? With Dolph Lundgren? No shit. I like Dolph Lundgren, so that's funny. Lance and his team are bodyguards for NSA's head, who is sent by the president to a secret meeting in the empty hotel outside Bucharest. That actually kind of sounds like something I would probably like, actually. It stars Dolph Lundgren, Jerry Springer. Really? Oh, okay. It's Defender. Oh man, you got me all excited. All right, so it's Defender. Okay, I thought Dale just made a typo. All right, hold on. Defender. I was getting excited about that Dolph Lundgren movie. Defender. Oh, Woody's in it? Okay. So Woody Harrelson's in this. Oh wow, what the fuck? What is this? A regular man who adopts a superhero persona known as Defender combs the city streets at night in search of his arch enemy, Captain Industry. What the hell? Yeah, no, that actually kind of looks like something that I would enjoy. It's showing a preview right now. I like his costume. Wow, that's nice. All right, I got to write that down. I need to find Defendor. Is it on Netflix or something? I'm always in for weird movies. Defendor. I'll check it out. Flip says Yellowstone is a great show. Would highly recommend. Yeah, I started it when I was with Cindy. I saw like an episode or two. She wasn't into it, and then I just stopped watching it. I've heard millions of people say it's great. I have not watched it. Maybe after I get done with Jack Ryan, I'll start binge watching Yellowstone. I know it's supposed to be very, very good. Daily 1. Hey, has the house sold and are you in the new one? No, this is my old house. Still in the same house. The house is tentatively sold. I mean, I had the home inspection done for the buyer. The appraisal was done. The appraisal came back good, but it's not done. But it's supposed to, if everything goes as planned, I'm supposed to close on the new house that I'm buying on middle of March. 10 days later, I close on this house. So I'll have that 10-day window to hopefully move everything. I'm debating how I want to do it. I'm debating if I want to have movers. I want to pay for movers. I'm debating if I want to get one of those pods. Those in Australia might not know about this, but like they have this business called pods where they basically just drop off like a container at your house. You load it up, and then you tell them when it's ready to be moved, and they move it to the new house, and they just leave it there until you unload it. I'm debating if I want to do that or if I just want to do everything myself, just run a U-Haul, or I don't know. I'm kind of leaning to whatever means less work for me because I'm sick of doing work. Wilson, Picard Season 3, Episode 1 brought a tear to my eye. Picard is another series that I would probably enjoy. I like sci-fi, I like Star Trek, I like Picard, but I have not watched that. So maybe should add that to the list here. I'm going to just write down all these TV ideas on one of my eWheels business cards, because sometimes I just forget what I want to watch. Picard and Yellowstone. Okay, so now I have 3 potential things to watch. It's good. It's good. When you're single, you have time to watch TV and movies, right? Oh, that was what I was going to say. Oh, tomorrow I'm supposed to go see the second Avatar. I'm going with Gladys's sister, Monique. We're going to go see Avatar. We're going to go to the noon show. It's like a matinee, but it's like, I think it's like 3 hours and 15 minutes, 3.5 hours. It's a very, very long movie. So, but I'm supposed to see it tomorrow. I saw the original one. I wanted to see the second one, and now I'm going to finally go see it with Monique. So that should be fun. Babbitt the Wabbit. I told you before, I love that name. Melatonin comes in a 1 to 5 milligram pill. 40 milligrams sounds a bit much. I have much better sleep since I got sober. Oh, well, that's good. Yeah, drinking. Yeah, I've noticed sometimes, like if I drink a lot, like I don't sleep well, even though I feel very sleepy and I fall asleep, but then I wake up. With the stuff I'm taking, the Unisom, it's a 25 milligram tablet. Technically, they recommend that the directions will say take 1. I take 2. I've taken 1, and 1 will help me sleep, but it's not as sound as if I take 2. 2 is night. 1 is okay, but not as good. So I've been taking 2. Brett says Solgar calcium magnesium citrate is natural. It will help you sleep chemical free. I've never heard of it. Is that in a certain product or what? Like, is there a certain manufacturer that sells that, or I don't know, Brett? Daly says, I want to see the Cocaine Bear movie. What? There's a Cocaine Bear movie? Cocaine Bear. It's in the movie theaters now? Oh my God, what the hell is that? Cocaine Bear? What is this? After a 500-pound black bear consumes a significant amount of cocaine and embarks on a drug-fueled rampage, an eccentric gathering of cops, criminals, tourists, and teenagers assemble in a Georgia forest. All right. Well, that sounds like something that maybe I would rent. I don't know that I would pay movie theater prices to see Cocaine Bear, but okay. Luis is on your Monster. You're still on your Monster V3. Really? Okay. Cool. Nothing wrong with a Monster V3. Yeah, the V13 reminds me of a Monster because it's a 22-inch wheel with suspension, but just a lot faster and a lot more modern. What Larry says, people need to see Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. It's a Pooh slasher movie. What? Come on, man. Are you kidding me? Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Oh my God. That's a brand new movie. 2023 film. What the hell? Are you kidding me? Have you seen this, Larry? Here's the description. Now feral and bloodthirsty, Winnie the Pooh and Piglet terrorize Christopher Robin and a group of young women at a remote house. How does someone even think about making a Winnie the Pooh slasher movie? I mean, really? Come on. Are you serious? Spartacus was lucky enough to see Yellowstone in person, but damn, that would be a way to explore the park. I've been in Yellowstone, and yeah, I would be willing to bet that EUCs will be banned in Yellowstone. I bet they are, because they love to have rules in those national parks. And I know about that firsthand. Larry says they have made the movie. Check out the trailer. No, I don't want to see the trailer. I want to be able to sleep tonight, Larry. Daily One says, get movers. You don't have to do squat. Well, yeah, but you do still have to pack, right? You got to pack your stuff. I mean, I guess you can pay a fortune and have them pack your things for you, but I don't know. I guess I have to get a price. I don't have nearly the amount of stuff that I did. Like in the house itself, like once I stripped it for painting, I brought very, very little back in. And I've already gotten rid of a ton of stuff. So I don't know. I'm open to options. You know, the fact that I'm selling my house 10 days after moving means I'm going to have, you know, all the equity from that house to use for moving, for renovations in the other house, and for equity to apply to the mortgage on the new house. Although I cannot apply that mortgage to the new house until 150 days after my new mortgage starts. So I'm going to have to bite the bullet with a high mortgage payment for a little while. Cascade moved with an electric mountain bike and a burly cargo trailer. Wow. Well, there you go. Well, see, you're my goal, Cascade. I'm trying to have less things. I still have a lot of things, but I'm trying to have less. Murray says, if you like weird movies, check out Bad Taste. It was the first movie that Peter Jackson made when he was young and starting out. Okay, never heard of it. All right, maybe. Daily One. Gladys's sister. Where's Gladys? Gladys is still down in Roatan. She's lived there for several years now. She comes back once in a while, once every several months, not that much. But her three sisters still live here. And I'm friends with all of them. I was actually over at their house last week. And I tentatively was actually going to be going to the movies with two of her sisters. But it looks like it's just going to be one tomorrow. So it's just going to be me and Monique. Monique and I have gone out to several movies together. We've gone to dinner together. We've gone out to ride bikes together. We're just friends. Yeah, Gladys is doing Gladys things. I talk to Gladys on a regular basis still. We're very good friends. Cascade says, I used 10 milligram gummy melatonins. Okay, good. Brett saying that's what she said. Oh no. Okay. Oh, Soglar is the manufacturer. Okay, gotcha. Well, everyone is really hyped for the Winnie the Pooh slasher movie. Okay, well, I'm not so hyped for it, guys, but that's fine. Daily One, can you carry a gun in a national park with no EUC or flying machines? I'm sure there are rules and regulations regarding guns in national parks as well. They have a lot of rules, a lot of regulations. I have found that out. I would definitely advise to check if you're planning to do anything that you think is borderline questionable when you go to a national park. Check it out ahead of time to save yourself a lot of hassle. George Bervin says melatonin requires a disciplined sleep regimen to work effectively. There are effective sleep therapies, but few of them are legal. Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. I don't know that I have a disciplined sleep regimen. And when I take Unisom, it doesn't matter. I take it, and 20 minutes later, I'm asleep. And Spartacus is pretty sure that no guns are allowed in parks for sure. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. I mean, this beer is going really slow. I don't know that I'm gonna be able to finish it. The two beers I had at the bar, they were gone quick. Super, super quick. They are not going quickly now. I'm not sure what that means. All right, so let's see. What else should we talk about? It's closing in on 11:20. What else do I need to talk about? I've talked about my life. I've talked about moving. I've talked about the V13. I've talked about the Sherman S. But I think that would be good to do a comparison. Like when I'm all done with the V13, I remember I did that when I had the KingSong 16X. When I had the KingSong 16X, I already owned a Nikola Plus. And I had a 16X on the demo tour from eWheels. And at the end of it, I did a direct comparison between the two. And it's funny, like based on my time with that demo, I actually wound up, some of you may or may not know this, I actually wound up trading my Nikola Plus for a 16X. There's a guy in Colorado that had 16X with relatively low miles. My Nikola had relatively low miles. We did a swap. And even though the 16X technically cost more than Nikola Plus at that time, I swapped the 16X for Nikola Plus, and I was very happy with my 16X. I liked it. And the Nikola Plus was not bad. I mean, I liked the Nikola Plus as well, but I like the 16X more. Murray says, at least on an EUC, they wouldn't be able to catch you in the park. Well, I wouldn't count on that, especially if you have your drone on follow me. Well, my first part of advice, or my first piece of advice, would be to whatever you do not shoot video and put it on YouTube and include Yellowstone in the title, because there's park rangers that are surfing YouTube looking for people doing illegal things that they film on YouTube. And depending on what the illegal thing is, you could get fined $1,000 and go through months and months of anxiety and anger and frustration. So don't do that. Just a tip. I mean, you can do whatever you want. You're a grown adult, but I wouldn't recommend it. Okay, hold on. Hold on a second. I'm just checking one thing. Cascade says the Nikola Plus is top heavy, especially for the 2,700 watt hour version. Yeah, mine was the 1,800 watt hour version. That was fine. I liked it. I mean, it was fat. It was very fat, you know, for a 16-inch wheel. Super fat. Murray says Chooch rode his EUC at Yellowstone. I don't know. Maybe he did. It wouldn't surprise me. But he's lucky. If he did, he's lucky he didn't get nabbed. Did he include Yellowstone in the title? Really? Let me. Let's see. Checking something. I'm almost sure that they're not allowed. Personal electric vehicles. It says that electric scooters are allowed, but I think they're talking about scooters that are used for disabled people. Yeah. Let's see, what would be the way to let's see. It looks like they might be allowed, actually. So, it says in Yellowstone, e-bikes are now allowed everywhere traditional bicycles are allowed. So, I mean, my argument has always been that an electric unicycle is a one-wheeled e-bike, really. So, okay, yeah, maybe they are allowed now. Good. Cascade has a Nikola Plus 2700 watt hour for sale. It has 100 feet of practice on it. Really? You hate it that much? Oh my God. Simon says EUC riding is illegal where I live. Yes. Yes, of course. Yes, Australia. I know they are tough on it. So, okay, guys. Well, I think I'm going to shut things down. I'm going to start the upload of the video for the V13 Dunkin' Donuts ride. I will get that going, and it'll probably get posted live tomorrow morning, first thing. And yeah, I appreciate everyone stopping in. I appreciate everyone talking about EUC stuff, about life, about whatever, man. About that's what she said. But I think that's it. I think I'm going to tap out. I'm going to take my shower. I'm going to go take my Unisom, and I'm out of here. So thanks for stopping in. Look for lots and lots of V13 content in the next couple weeks. And that's all I have for now. As Wilson said, for the Alliance, yes. I did start playing WoW again, by the way. Not that much, but I have been playing. I have been playing a little bit. So for the Alliance. Till next time, Duffman.